WNBA star Satou Sabally has been associated with the Indiana Fever following her announcement regarding her departure from the Dallas Wings. The 26-year-old was selected second overall by the Wings in 2020 and achieved recognition on the All-WNBA First Team in 2023. Earlier this week, Sabally acknowledged that she had participated in her final game with Dallas and is now entering the free agency period. Indiana has been proposed as a potential destination for the Wings forward. Nevertheless, a 193 loss to the Fever in September created an uncomfortable situation for Sabally, who faced attention surrounding Indiana guard Caitlin Clark's popularity among the Dallas audience. Clearly, it is frustrating because there were an excessive number of Caitlin supporters in our arena, Sabally remarked after the game. However, compliments are due, as it is remarkable to witness such a turnout in women's basketball jerseys. The excitement and joy emanating from that is truly inspiring. Even though I feel that our Dallas fans could have been more supportive, it was disheartening to see numerous Caitlin jerseys in our own venue. It represents a wonderful development for women's basketball, illustrating the progress we have made. Sabally will enter free agency later this month, and her potential decision to join the Fever is expected to attract considerable media attention. Indiana guard Clark has played a vital role in increasing the league's visibility and is joined on the roster by prominent players such as Aaliyah Boston, Lexie Hull, and Kelsey Mitchell. The upcoming season is poised to be pivotal for Indiana, particularly following the replacement of Christy Sides with former Connecticut Sun head coach Stephanie White in October. However, Sabally will have numerous options and may be tempted to unite with her sister Naira at the New York Liberty. Presently, Sabally's primary focus is on the inaugural Unrivaled season, where she stands as the captain of Fandom BC. This 3v3 league is set to commence on January 17 and will run through to the finals on March 17. A Texas resident has been charged with stalking for reportedly sending threats to WNBA star Caitlin Clark via social media, officials reported on Monday. Michael Lewis, 55, was apprehended on Sunday in Indianapolis and faces charges of stalking for allegedly transmitting numerous threats and sexually explicit messages to Clark through his social media accounts, according to a press release from the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. This case illustrates that no matter how prominent an individual may be, online harassment can rapidly escalate into tangible threats of physical violence, stated Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears. Clark, a standout at the University of Iowa, earned Rookie of the Year accolades in 2024 during her inaugural season with the Indiana Fever in the WNBA. The Women's NCAA Championship match featuring Iowa and South Carolina was notably the most viewed basketball event of 2024, surpassing even the viewership for the NBA Finals. The Marion County Sheriff's Office became aware of a potential pattern of stalking perpetrated by Lewis towards Clark this month, as stated in the affidavit for probable cause. Between December 16, 2024, and January 2, the accused purportedly transmitted a series of sexually explicit messages to Clark via X, according to the affidavit. Investigators linked the X account to Lewis and identified that recent communications directed at Clark originated from an IP address associated with a hotel in Indianapolis, which was noted to be particularly alarming given that he is a Texas resident, as articulated in the affidavit. The Chicago Sky must enhance its roster in 2025 following a season in which it recorded the poorest performance in the Eastern Conference, finishing at 13-27. The Sky concluded the 2024 season with the third lowest record in the league, surpassing only the Dallas Wings, 9-31, and Los Angeles Sparks, 8-32. Power forward Angel Reese emerged as a significant asset for the Sky in 2024. The rookie was selected for the WNBA All-Rookie team and made an All-Star appearance. The 22-year-old from LSU led the league in rebounding. Julia Poe of the Chicago Tribune recently proposed that the Sky consider signing a free agent who is a teammate of Reese's adversaries. Poe recommended the 29-year-old point guard Kelsey Mitchell as a valuable addition for Chicago. The most considerable obstacle of Mitchell's free agency will be securing her departure from the Indiana Fever, Poe remarked. Although Mitchell has indicated that she is contemplating her options as she approaches 2025, she is in an advantageous position under a prestigious coach and with an undeniable star Caitlin Clark in Indiana. The advantages for the Sky are apparent. Mitchell achieved a shooting percentage of 42% from beyond the arc and averaged a career high of 19. 2 points last season, demonstrating her capability to effectively space the floor alongside a proficient guard rotation and to support an elite post player at the basket. Nonetheless, they will need to engage in challenging negotiations to persuade Mitchell that aligning with the youthful prospects in Chicago would be more advantageous than remaining in Indiana. Mitchell was the second overall selection in the 2018 draft by the Fever. The standout from Ohio State made the WNBA All-Rookie team and has secured 2 All-Star selections. With defenses focusing on Clark, the Cincinnati native achieved a record-high field goal percentage of .468 in 2024, surpassing her career average of .426. Mitchell would represent a beneficial addition to a Sky team that must improve its scoring capabilities in 2025. Acquiring Mitchell would further intensify the emerging rivalry between Chicago and Indiana. A man from Denton, accused of stalking WNBA star Caitlin Clark and disseminating threatening and sexually explicit messages through social media, was apprehended in Indianapolis on Sunday, as per the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. Michael Lewis, 55, is alleged to have driven to Indianapolis, where Clark plays for the Indiana Fever. During the investigation, the county prosecutor's office indicated that Lewis' recent messages originated from an IP address in Indianapolis while he was residing at a local hotel. When approached by officers from the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, IMPD, on January 8 regarding these communications, Lewis recognized that the relationship was imaginary. Notwithstanding the police encounter, the messages persisted, stated the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. The statement issued by Ryan Mears, Marion County Prosecutor, further elaborates, regardless of one's prominence, this case illustrates how online harassment can swiftly evolve into genuine threats of physical harm. It requires substantial bravery for women to come forward in such cases, and consequently, many choose not to. By coming forward, the victim serves as an exemplar for all women who deserve to exist and work in Indianapolis devoid of the apprehension of sexual violence. We applaud Pacers Sports and AMP Entertainment and the Marion County Sheriff's Office for their prompt and decisive actions that resulted in the arrest this weekend. Satou Sabally will secure a new position in the WNBA in 2025. Could it potentially be with the Indiana Fever? Sabally, who has spent her entire career with Dallas, declared during a media session for Unrivaled, the new 3x3 league in Miami, that she will not be returning to the Wings in 2025. I have already expressed my gratitude to Dallas for making this my home over the past years, Sabally remarked via Zoom. I'm collaborating with them to identify my next home, as I have concluded my tenure in Dallas. The 26-year-old has been recognized as one of the premier power forwards in the WNBA since being drafted by Dallas with the second overall pick in the 2020 draft out of the University of Oregon. She was selected as an All-Star in 2021 and 2023, acted as the leader of the German national team during the Paris Olympics. The 6'4" forward has encountered several injury issues throughout her 5 years in the league, which include an Achilles tear, concussion, and injuries to her shoulder, knee, and ankle. This has constrained her to a single full season, 38 games in a Most Improved Player campaign in 2023, while with Dallas. During the 2020 season, which was impacted by COVID-19, she participated in 18 of Dallas' 22 games, 17 of 32 games in 2021, 11 of 36 games in 2022, and 15 of 40 games in 2024. Nevertheless, these injuries are unlikely to impair the offers she receives, as she is expected to command a maximum salary. Over her 5-year career, she has averaged 15.7 points, 7 rebounds, and 3.6 assists per game when in good health. Sabally completed her rookie contract before signing a 1-year deal with Dallas during restricted free agency in 2024. She is eligible to be courted by the Wings, which they are likely to pursue in order to gain some return for their star forward. So, what might the Fever offer the Wings to potentially secure Sabally's position on their roster? It would likely initiate with Fever forward Nalisa Smith and Indiana's 8th overall pick in the 2025 draft. Smith, the second overall selection in the 2022 draft, is entering the final year of her rookie contract. For the year 2025, her expected salary is approximately $90,000, which is guaranteed. Smith experienced a decline in performance during 2024 and has publicly articulated her dissatisfaction regarding her playing time throughout the season, as her minutes diminished in favor of backup forward Temi Fagbini, who was chosen by the Golden State Valkyries in the expansion draft. In 2024, Smith recorded an average of 10.6 points and 7.1 rebounds per game, a decrease from 15.5 points and 9.2 rebounds per game in 2023, indicating that she may benefit from a renewed opportunity in a different location. Furthermore, she could maintain multiple years of contractual control, given that she will be classified as a restricted free agent in 2026. Her name has frequently surfaced on trade discussions throughout the offseason, and she might represent a suitable addition to the Dallas team given her roots in San Antonio, Texas, and her collegiate career in Waco at Baylor. The combination of Smith and the Fever's 8th overall pick could constitute a commendable trade offer for Sabally, who possesses a mere 2 years of control remaining across her core service period. However, the Fever may encounter challenges due to their current plan to designate Kelsey Mitchell as a core player. Mitchell has 2 years of core service available, which equates to a supermax salary of roughly $249,000 in return for exclusive negotiation rights, with the Fever intending to utilize this designation for the year 2025. This scenario would not pose an immediate complication because a sign-and-trade operation for Sabally would imply her core status would not impact the financial records of either Dallas or Indiana in 2025. The Wings executed a comparable maneuver to transfer Skylar Diggins-Smith to the Mercury in 2020. Diggins-Smith was cored by Dallas and subsequently traded to Phoenix, which had already designated Brittany Griner as core. As a result, since Diggins-Smith was not specifically cored by Phoenix, the Mercury retained the capacity to roster both athletes under those contracts. In 2025, the Fever would feasibly be able to manage both Mitchell and Sabally. Indiana has 9 players secured for contracts in 2025, along with approximately $657,000 of remaining cap space subsequent to those agreements. Accounting for Mitchell's $250,000 supermax salary and Sabally's $230,000 maximum salary, Indiana could still have available funds to recruit a competent player for their 12th roster position. The complication could arise in 2026, when both Mitchell and Sabally remain eligible for core designation and recorded on the Fever's financial statements. It is improbable that either player would consent to a multi-year contract this season, given that the revised collective bargaining agreement is likely to present players with significantly enhanced salary options starting in 2026. Under such circumstances, Indiana may be compelled to make a decision between designating either Mitchell or Sabally as core, thereby risking the loss of the other. This assessment also presupposes Sabally's willingness to join the Fever. There are likely to be multiple competing teams interested in acquiring the star forward, who essentially wields the power to determine her destination. During her Zoom press conference, she articulated a desire to play alongside her sister, Naira Sabally, who is currently a member of the New York Liberty. "Yes, of course, in the future, I would love that," Sabally remarked, as reported by ESPN. The current WNBA title holder, New York Liberty, possesses various players eligible for trade, including the rights to guards Maureen Johannes or Rebecca Gardner, as well as first-round draft selection Marquisha Davis. Additionally, New York holds the number 7 overall pick in the 2025 draft, which was initially owned by the Mercury due to a series of trades. Furthermore, New York has sufficient salary cap space to acquire Sabally, at least for the 2025 season. This acquisition would facilitate a reunion with her sister and former Oregon teammate Sabrina Ionescu, allowing her to compete on a championship-caliber team immediately.